It's just, I love this journey that we're on. Why are we doing this? We're all so busy, and perhaps there's a reason there. It's because we're so busy. Our lives are so full. We all experience this burnout, or just sometimes you're just working so hard you don't have time to even just stop and think, and maybe that's the universe is saying here perhaps this is something for us to heal. But then in our healing and in our transformation, it's something that we can also give as well. Well-being is not a personal, it's a collective. And then whatever we're doing and helping ourselves, hopefully that ripples out into how we show up in the world.
So before we begin, I want to start by reading a letter. And you know why? Since learning more about myself and being recently diagnosed with ADHD, I've come to realize that reading things I've written helps me stay centered. And the other day I did this to you guys as well, and you remember. It helps me express what I really feel without spiraling into anxiety or losing my words. So this isn't about, being polished. It's just, I want to be honest. Here we go. And I'm daring enough today to say it out loud. Yes, I have ADHD. It's not brand new, but I'm just beginning to understand it, and more importantly, to embrace it. And I have Mother Cindy, who's taking care of this baby ADHD and baby whatever that's
ADHD.
We can talk about this later.
Baby.
So this letter is where I begin. I want to thank you both. We're here because something real brought us together. I keep thinking back to that moment the three of us sat together in a huddle at Pam's house and opened up. That moment reminded me of why Dragonfly exists. Pam had the vision to create a space where people could feel empowered. Then Cindy joined, and then I came in. Now, to be honest, I asked myself, why are we doing this? We each have full lives, full careers, families, kids, marriage. But after last year's Dragonfly event, I saw it clearly. We're doing this to heal ourselves. And everyone who joined us, they're the bonus. That's the truth.
I may be the founder, but that foundation was 5 years ago based on something else. And where Dragonfly is now would not have happened without both you and Cindy, because the energy of the three of us has actually shifted the original, the OG intention of coming out with Dragonfly, which was born out of a women's empowerment movement, and actually born a little bit out of the fact that there was a bit of anger and a bit of resentment towards a very male-dominated society. And I think how we've shifted and how the magic has actually occurred with just, I would call it accidentally regrouping again. Dragonfly 5 years ago is different from Dragonfly now. It has been a year and a few months of just surrendering, which has been something that has been so new for me, I can say, as somebody who has lived life more or less in control, in charge, and very blessed, I must say, that things have gone very easily. Whatever I've put my mind to, whatever I want to do, it has happened that way. And so the surrendering and understanding that things need to shift, things need to change, and that the most beautiful thing I think Woody reminded me of actually is things happen not to you, but for you. And that's something that with the two of you, I've really, really learned to embrace, to let go, just let the hell go sometimes. And there's something that's so much lighter that happens, and really trusting in the universe and just trusting that things are going according to the way they need to be. And when you resist that so much, it's like the universe keeps giving you the same message and the same message until you learn. So it's been a beautiful and a painful few months of learning what is it that I need to learn from this. And Dragonfly allows us that safe space to be raw, to be vulnerable, to feel safe talking about all these things, this ADHD that Woody has spoken about that is new. You've spoken about imposter syndrome. Our lives are so full. And why do we keep doing this? I think is because we are healing ourselves.
year's summit to be just as uplifting as healing. Our theme last year was heal. This year is going to be flow. And I feel like it's flow for a reason. I mean, we're already all resonating with this. It's like, how do we flow past this with grace and with agility?
For me, it was actually Kanho.
And you can also use your face. You can stretch your face, making a silly face. You can make a silly face because no one's watching you.
Because there was something so beautiful about his energy and his singing and in that room, and just you could see people were just so mesmerized by him. My other favorite was definitely you bungling up with Satguru. It was just funny to see how it was just so ad hoc, and it was just amazing how it's not just the winds, right? It's that behind the scene that
He
you
was
see.
hilarious.
You were amazing how you managed to pull through that without even hearing him, and I was like, whew,
Yeah,
okay.
I did not hear a thing that he said.
I know,
on
but
stage.
it did not
Nobody
show
knew.
through.
I was reading his lips, and I'm like, because thank God for my 20-year career in terms of like hosting. I was winging it.
Yeah,
and
but
I am
it was
unapologetic.
hilarious.
I can share with everyone that I winged it because I wanted everyone to just enjoy the show. And he is such a pro. And Sadhguru, whatever he says is fine.
Can you hear them, Sadhguru?
No, ask them to roar.
All right, you know what? A round of applause once again for Sadhguru! Can you hear them now?
No, your microphone is not picking up on it.
My favorite moment was when Dr. Shefali spoke about how we all wear a mask and we are the product of our parents. And I looked to my parents, who was at the summit, sitting right next to me, and they almost teared up. Like, almost teared up. I'm like, yes, a summit for my mom and dad to come.
I was sitting next to my mom during that talk too, and I was like,
What was it like? What was it?
and she kind of looked at me, and we're both like,
So even like people, they're in their 70s, but
Yes.
I don't think it's an age thing for Dragonfly, right? We have
No,
our
oh my
kids
God.
were there, our nephews, right?
Yes, yes.
I thought being with my family there at the summit was just for me memorable.
Each one of us is wearing a mask. So then, what is the task of a conscious human being? It is to begin to layer by layer remove the masks that your culture, that your parents made you wear. And then you enter the third phase of your journey, the phase of conscious awakening. But in order to consciously awaken, you need to first recognize how unconscious you are. So if anyone sitting here today says, you know, I am a conscious person, that is the first sign of your unconsciousness. The person who says, holy crap, you have no idea how messed up I am. Now that person is on the journey toward awakening.
the fact that Steven Bartlett
Oh my God.
sat for 2 hours. I mean, we usually have 45 minutes to an hour for the authors to sign books, which is very unique. I don't think any other summit does that. The
No.
fact that you get to go and listen to your favorite author speak, then go and have them sign your book and talk to them. And he
So gracious.
almost missed his flight because he saw the line of people all the way out to the movie theaters in Paragon, and he signed every last book. And I was just like, he's the real deal.
Roxy did the same.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Like, and this is what I'm talking about. All these speakers are real deal.
Fun fact about Dragonfly.
Okay.
Let me share it with you. What time do you think most people came to the Paragon Hall last year? Cindy? Guess.
I know, because I was there.
What time? Do you know?
7:30.
Yes. 7-ish. They were there 90%. came before time.
I was so nervous. I was like, what are we going to do? Do we open the doors? Where do we go? There's like running around.
let them in
why
now.
are they here? How did they even find their way up?
I've never done an event where people come way before time.
And, we're coming back after a break, and this whole rush of people
Yeah.
like running to the front of the stage. And one of my friends was like, can you reserve this mat for me? I'm like, I don't, it doesn't look good. And I'm like, you just gotta run. And she ran up. And then there was like another stranger, I think he flew in for the summit, and he came and he sat down on it, and she was like, I was here first, and she was like, yeah, but I was here the last break, and it was almost a bit of like,
They were fighting
but
for
then
it.
they were like, okay, fine, we'll just sit together.
So they shared
They shared the seat.
Oh my
And
God,
by the
so
end
cute.
of the session, I don't know who
became
spoke. It
best
might have been
friends?
Roxy.
Yeah.
They ended up sharing numbers. They became friends, and a month later, I got goosebumps. They met each other randomly at the airport and was like, "Hi, oh my god!" So we literally like put them together, and
Yeah.
it was so. It's like you have all these boundaries about. I don't want to sit with you. You're a stranger, but dude, just sit. Let's share this cushion and receive what it is that you're meant to receive, and magic happens. You make a new friend. So those are the little connections that we don't even know the extent of connections that were made at the summit. Like people are still DMing me, going, "Oh my god, it's I love it."
And one of the editors from Tatler magazine that came to our summit, he says, now I get it, why you call it Dragonfly. Do you know that dragonflies congregate when the weather is so bad, or when there's a storm or thunderstorm, or
When it's about to rain.
when it's he Googled, he says, when the weather is so bad, they come together and they become stronger.
Yeah.
So I get now what Dragonfly is all about. And I teared up listening to it. I hugged it, was like, can I use that for my tagline? Can I use that line? But I've never used it since, but does that make sense?
That makes
because you
sense.
need support. Yes.
And just going on with the dragonfly metaphor, the dragonfly is actually, they lay their eggs in the water. They're like water bugs before they become dragonflies, right? And there's this beautiful book that I bought from a mother who had lost her daughter. Josie's Butterfly. I still remember. I bought it like ages ago. And she lost her daughter to cancer, and she drew this gorgeous book, and it's a story of a dragonfly that was born underwater, obviously, this little water bug. And one day he has to leave the water, which is our physical earth here. And everyone's so sad. All his little water bug friends are like, no, you're leaving us. Where are you going to go? And it was like heartbreaking. But then once it shifts and transforms, which is why the dragonfly symbol is a symbol of transformation, and it grew its wings, and now it's become this gorgeous creature in a whole nother realm, which is just as beautiful. But it's like, yes, it's sad, but you then grow wings and you transform in something else. And I was just like, oh. No matter how crazy it gets, the energy that I still remember, I still close my eyes and I can just feel that collective joy, awe. There was a lot of wonder, and that's like love. And love, it feels like, oh my God, so woo-woo. Like if you weren't there to experience it, it's very hard to describe. Just everyone's face was like, what just happened, and including us, like it was beyond, like we worked to make it happen, but then something took over and it became so much bigger than us. It became so much bigger than the people on stage.
A wellness at the summit.
It's a nest.
It's a nest.
Yes.
It's a nest.
For those who don't know, let's spell it out.
Can you tell more about that wellness? Because people are like, what's happening at the wellness at Dragonfly?
Because we're not, it's the area is created as a nest, and it kind of came up. I know dragonflies don't really stay at a nest, but there's something about a home in a nest that you build, right? And the amount of sweat, and have you seen a bird build a nest? That takes a lot of time and energy, but it's basically a home where people can come and feel safe.
And then within the wellness, we have all these amazing wellness activities, activations. We've got a gorgeous sanctuary with just a whole space with LED mapping where people can come and do a meditation, a sound healing, like anything. Like, so this is the kind of vibe in the summit. It's not just listen, It's also integrate.
If you're watching this content because it pops up on your feed, do find out more about Asia's most transformative summit, Dragonfly. We have all the handles right here for you to check out, whether it be Instagram, whether it be YouTube. Just do check us out because we hope that we're able to welcome you to this year's summit.